Hi, I'm Dex Gelfand, and I'm known for my practice of therapeutic spiritual counseling. I want to share something with you. I've just arrived at a simpler yet understanding or theory of what makes my approach to processing and that of a lot of other people as well work to whatever degree it does work. I believe now that the simplest way of understanding or explaining it is just that when you come into a session with your counselor, me or whoever, and you've got certain negative material, certain issues, problems, anxieties, fears, worries, disabilities, whatever, as long as you're feeling these things, they become something you identify with. It becomes uniquely you in your mind. I think that everybody does feel that way. Everybody feels that whatever is wrong with them makes them different from everybody else, and they feel like nobody but them has that same problem like they do. People do tend to feel that way, which backs up this idea I have that your negative material, your bad feelings, whatever they may be, bad conditions, attitudes, and so forth, that you identify yourself by these, you identify with these things, and you feel that this anxiety or this depression or this stress or whatever it might be, that this becomes you and you become that. And so what happens when you have in front of you someone like myself who allows you to just, what I will do is just allow you to completely express whatever you have to say in a session. I'm in no hurry to ask another question or direct you in any particular direction, because what's most important is what your own spiritual compass, which is basically you, your mind, has to express and will present naturally. Okay, that is the material, the anxieties and fears and so forth, that you identify with as being particularly you. Now, in my doing that and absorbing all of that, and in the way that we do this, you can feel and see and understand that I'm getting all of it. I'm getting all of this from you, what you're expressing that is within you. When that happens, then you can recognize that it is no longer unique to you because I have absorbed it, I have understood it. It's not just within you, and thereby you no longer identify with it. It doesn't identify you. It is not distinctly yours because you've shared it with me, and I have totally gotten it. And when there is that complete expression of whatever it is that is within you, whatever is connected to it, whatever seems to have spawned it, what ideas are connected with it, how it may have been used by you as a solution to something, to protect you from something, or whatever has held it in place, and you've completely divulged this, you've completely covered the entire material and shared it with me. And now you can see and feel that now I have it. I've gotten it. Okay, at that point, it ceases to be distinctly related to you. You can no longer identify with it. And that is why, at this point, it dissolves. It resolves itself and is no longer an issue. That is essentially what I believe is the mechanics behind what makes what we do in session work. You come into the session with something. It becomes you. You identify with it. You completely share it with me. My prime function is not to say or do or make anything happen so much as to invite and allow you to completely express without interrupting you, without making you feel like you're talking too long or saying too much, or without making you feel like you're not giving the right answer or it's not relevant or any of those things that counselors can fall into doing. I'm simply here to invite you to open up exactly what is within you that needs to come out and no longer be identified as uniquely you. And then in that happening and in your recognition, you're feeling that I've got it. That comes across. And then it's no longer yours, and then it can no longer be a problem, and then it can be gone. And that's what makes it work. It's yours, you share it with me, it's not yours anymore. That's the essence of it. I think that is the working dynamics behind so many different techniques and processes of therapy that it really comes down to it's just that simple. And however we get there, whatever technique works to accomplish that, that's just great. But I think the best thing to do is make it as uncomplicated, without indoctrinating any theories or ideas or convoluted means of extracting that information or characterizing it in any way to make it fit in with any particular system or paradigm or religion or what have you, but simply that inviting you to simply express it as you see it, without any adornments, without embellishments, without shoehorning it into some system or idea that's supposed to explain it. Okay? I believe this is the most correct and direct way of accomplishing the letting go of, the dissipating and dissolving of those things which are disturbing to you. That is the principle behind it. That's what I think now. It starts out in the session with you bringing it in because it is distinctly yours. It's a problem and you're feeling it because it feels like it is stuck to you. And it is you. And then when you share it with me, and I got it, and you can feel and see and observe and know that I've got that. I've got it from you. It's come across. I'm completely willing to allow you to express that however you like, in whatever time it takes, without any interference or misdirection or limitations. You get to express you, and then these negative materials that have been associated as being you within you, that association goes away once you know it's been completely shared. And I think that is the real magic of processing, as best it can be explained, at least as I see it at this point. Thank you very much, and bear that idea in mind.